For the last couple of days I've tried this almond milk in my coffee, and I can say I'm just not a fan of it. It just doesn't taste well to me. So I think I'll only drink this 1 liter, and then I have to figure out something else with low carbs as well. This morning I'm studying a little before I go out and train with my dog. So I try to enjoy my coffee, but it's just not good. Now I'm at that field where I train Holly, my dog, and I'm laying out a tracking for her. So in every step I make, I have a piece of her food, so she has to find all of it. And now I'm starting her up. I will put the line under her one leg, and when she starts, I will put it between her behind legs as well. And then she's taking the course here. She's just tracking all of what I laid out. She's eating all of that food, and I'll just follow behind her. I made 3 sharp turns where she also have to just follow the line here. She cannot go more than a step or 2 away from it, and she has to find her way back by herself. I'm not helping her at all. And at the end of the track, I placed about 10 pieces of her food, so we know that it's here, that it's ending. She knows it as well, and then I just let her off her leash, and now we are ready to do some other stuff. Behind the camera there is a mirror, so I can just look into the mirror and see how she's sitting beside me, so I don't have to look down on her. A dog will immediately look at you and know what to do without you saying anything. And if I'm looking down at her every time I want her to go to my side, she thinks that's how this exercise is, that I'm looking at her. But if we will ever go to a test, we cannot go and look down at our dog. That will take some of the points off. So that's why I'm looking forward, and I can give her the commands, and then she will do the right thing. And I use a clicker and click her every time she does the right thing, and then I give her a treat. Even though she just turned 2 years here in December, she's not that educated yet, because the first 1.5 years she didn't feel well and she didn't want to train, and we didn't know why. But later on we found out that she had epilepsy, and now she's medicated for it, and it helps her out so much. And now she also wants her food. She didn't want it to eat before, and it's really hard to train a dog that doesn't want her treats. So it's so nice to see her now that she's happy and she loves to train. This is called box training. So I tell her to jump over into the next box, and then she has to lay down and she will get a treat. We are training IGP, which is for working dogs like German Shepherds. That is what Holly is. And there's also this group C, where it's defensive work, and she has to run around these screens. And then in one of them there will be a person that she has to bark off and eventually bite in his arm. But we are not as for, so she has never bitten anyone, and we are only training that she has to run around it, and then she will get her ball. In the beginning she was a little confused and didn't know what I wanted of her, but then when she figures it out, she's really happy to do it, and she loves her ball when she comes back and gets it. Sometimes I'm playing with her and I'm pulling the ball, so she has to pull away from me to get it. And when we did this again the week after this, she immediately knew what she had to do, so she just ran around the screens, and she was just so happy, and she did it really fast. This is something new that I just started out with her, so I'm putting down a treat and I put a lid on top of it. Then she just have to stare at it and be really still, and then she'll get it. And I also use my clicker here, of course. This is something that you can use in search work, so she has to be fixated on the target. And now we're done and can go home, and every time she is to go into the car, I will have her sit next to me, and I will open her cage, and I will tell her when to jump, because I don't want her to just go and jump into the car if I haven't told her to, because she can make scratches on the car and so on. Now I am home and I'm going to make some food. This is some pork roast pieces with a marinade that I'm putting into the air fryer. After the first 10 minutes I took out 2 of the pieces because I will not have them today. Then I put in some sirloin steak, and now it's all finished, and I will cut it up into smaller pieces. I'm also using the fat from the meat, and I will put on some extra butter, because there's a lot of protein in the meat, but the energy that I have to get is from the fat now that I don't eat any carbs. So the protein is for building up your muscles and cells and so on, and either the fat or the carbs are for energy. And my energy comes from fat, so that's why I put on some extra fat. And I couldn't eat it all, so there's about 1/5 bag left here, and there's also some of the fat. So this is our dinner. I made up some beef patties and some eggs. And this is a really easy and fast dinner. The beef patties I made when I bought the meat, and then I just froze them down into these patties, so it's really easy to take some of them out of the freezer and just heat them up in the pan. So this portion is for Preben, and I will serve it to him, and later on I will make my own. I was eating about an hour or 2 later than him this day because he had to go away this evening, and I also had a little salad with it. Later on in the evening, Holly was really tired, maybe because of all of that training, but it's just so nice to see her lay there by the fireplace. It's so cozy. I really love it. Thank you so much for watching once again. I hope that you liked this other kind of video where I also showed you some of the other things that we made. Please subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.